Most women who gain weight during menopause aren't eating more than before. Same food, same portions, a completely different body. And the problem isn't the number on the scale, it's that nothing seems to move it. Not cutting calories, not adding exercise, not the green smoothies. Nothing works. Because nobody explains that the rules of metabolism change after menopause. Completely. Until you understand why, you'll keep trying to solve the problem with the wrong tools. In this video, what changes in your body and exactly what to do to work with it, not against it. You've probably heard of Ozempic. Maybe you've wondered if it was the answer. What most people don't know is that the hormone those drugs mimic, GLP-1, is something your body already produces, every single day. The question is whether you're doing anything to trigger it or whether you're accidentally suppressing it with every meal. GLP-1 is your satiety hormone. It slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and signals your brain that you've had enough. When it's working, you stop eating because you're genuinely satisfied, not because you forced yourself to stop. After menopause, two things happen that work against you. First, estrogen drops, and estrogen was doing a lot of quiet, invisible work, including keeping your blood sugar response in check and supporting your body's natural GLP-1 release. Second, cortisol, your stress hormone, becomes more volatile. Without estrogen as a buffer, it spikes higher and lingers longer. And cortisol directly tells your body to store fat in one specific place, your abdomen. That belly you didn't have at 38, that's cortisol. That's not carelessness, that's biology. The good news is that both of these levers, GLP-1 and cortisol, respond directly to what you eat and when you eat it. And you can start today. Everything comes down to one single principle. Protein and fat first, always. Not because carbohydrates are the enemy, they're not, but because the order in which nutrients arrive in your digestive system determines everything that comes next. Your blood sugar response, how long you stay full, whether your body stores or burns. Carbohydrates on an empty stomach hit your bloodstream almost immediately. Blood sugar spikes. Insulin floods in. GLP-1 barely gets a chance to act. Protein and fat slow everything down. They give GLP-1 time to do its job. They send your body the signal that it's been genuinely fed, not just spiked and abandoned. That one shift and protein and fat leading every meal is the foundation of everything else. Let's start where your metabolism starts, the morning. Most women grew up eating carb-forward breakfasts. Bread, cereal, fruit juice, a granola bar on the way out. Those foods were designed to be fast and cheap. They were not designed for a post-menopausal metabolism. There are two rules for the morning. Just two. Rule 1. Wait. When you first wake up, cortisol is naturally at its peak. That's normal. It's what helps your body shift out of sleep mode. But eating into that cortisol spike raises blood sugar before your hormones have had a chance to settle. It's like pouring fuel on a fire you're trying to put out. Wait at least 1 hour. 45 minutes if that's all you can manage. That window lets cortisol begin its natural decline before you introduce food. Coffee is fine, but watch what goes into it. Flavored creamers, syrups, oat milk with added sugar, they spike your blood sugar just as fast as the wrong breakfast. Whole milk or heavy cream. Keep it simple. Rule 2. When you do eat, lead with protein. Eggs are ideal. 2 or 3 with half an avocado, sliced tomato, a handful of sautéed spinach. If you want toast, have it. But choose carefully. Read the label. You're looking for under 15 grams of carbohydrate per slice and minimal added sugar. Some brands clock in at over 25 grams for what looks like an identical slice. The difference matters. Eat the eggs first. Let the protein and fat establish themselves before the toast arrives. If eggs aren't your thing, plain full-fat Greek yogurt with berries is excellent. Not low-fat, not flavored, plain and full-fat. When manufacturers remove the fat, they add sugar. Because without fat, the product tastes like nothing. That sugar undoes everything you're trying to build. Add your own fruit. Sweeten it yourself if needed, preferably with something that doesn't raise blood sugar. What happens after this breakfast change surprises most people. And that's what comes next. When breakfast is done right, something changes that goes beyond the scale. The 10 a.m. hunger disappears. With a carb-heavy breakfast, the body burns through its energy in 2 hours and enters emergency mode. You arrive at lunch starving, eat more than you need, and make worse choices because your body is desperately signaling for fuel. With protein and fat leading, GLP-1 has time to act. Digestion slows down. Blood sugar stays stable. Lunch can wait until early afternoon. And when it comes, you need less food because you're not arriving at the meal completely depleted. This isn't willpower. It's physiology working in your favor. Lunch follows the same principle. Full-fat cottage cheese with fruit and nuts works well. Or an open-faced sandwich. One slice of quality bread with double the protein. Tuna, turkey, hard-boiled egg, sardines. Add healthy fat. Olive oil, sliced avocado, mayo made with avocado oil. Real food. Satisfying food. One slice instead of two isn't deprivation. It's strategy. One slice delivers the satisfaction of bread without making it the centerpiece of the meal. Protein is the centerpiece. Snacks don't need to be eliminated. They need to be swapped. The snacks most women reach for, crackers, granola bars, chips, are almost entirely carbohydrate. They spike blood sugar, offer no real satiety, and leave you hungry again within the hour. That's not a lack of discipline. That's what those foods do to your metabolism. Swap them for a small handful of nuts. Almonds, walnuts, macadamia. Pumpkin seeds loaded with magnesium and fiber, two nutrients most women over 40 are quietly deficient in. A few cubes of aged cheese, Parmesan, Gruyere, provolone, or a small piece of dark chocolate, 70% cacao or higher. Read the label, look for versions sweetened with stevia. Every single one of those options triggers a GLP-1 response. Every one slows digestion and signals fullness in a way the previous snack simply couldn't. And before you reach for anything, drink a full glass of water first. Mild thirst and mild hunger feel almost identical. Most of the time, water is what your body was actually asking for. Dinner follows the same architecture: protein, vegetable, fat. Salmon with roasted broccoli, chicken with asparagus, sardines with a simple salad dressed in olive oil. The principle holds regardless of what's on the plate. If you want to starch with dinner, have it. A small potato, a slice of bread, half a cup of rice. This isn't about permanent elimination. It's about order. Eat some of the protein first. Let it establish itself. Then bring in the carbohydrate. That sequence changes the metabolic outcome of the entire meal. The same foods, eaten in a different order, produce a completely different blood sugar response. And if it's a potato, eat the skin. That's where the fiber is. And fiber feeds the gut bacteria that support GLP-1 production. Butter or sour cream on top. Fat is not the enemy. It never was. Wine doesn't have to go, but pick your nights. Wine or starch, both together, is a glycemic load that shows up the next morning. The last rule is about timing, not food. Close the kitchen at least 4 hours before bed. While you sleep, your body is running essential hormonal regulation processes. Cortisol rhythm reset, blood sugar calibration, tissue recovery. Eating late doesn't just add calories, it interrupts those processes. For post-menopausal women, that interruption has real metabolic consequences that accumulate over time. If you genuinely need something after the kitchen closes, a few nuts or a cube of cheese, protein and fat, nothing that spikes blood sugar, and the kitchen closes again. What surprises most women who start eating this way isn't the restriction. It's the opposite. You can eat more. More food, more fat, more satisfaction. And when you look back at what you were eating before, the cereals, the low-fat everything, the constant grazing, the calorie count was often lower, and the weight wouldn't move. Weight doesn't respond to calories. It responds to the pattern. And this pattern is sustainable because it doesn't feel like deprivation. When you want something sweet, have it. One exception doesn't break the pattern. The pattern is, what does the work? That's the only way anything sticks long-term. Not through perfect discipline, but through a framework your body actually benefits from and that you can live inside of for years. The next video goes deep on breakfast specifically. The exact foods, the ideal timing, and what happens inside your body at the cellular level when you get it right versus when you get it wrong. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And tell me in the comments, what's been the hardest part of managing your weight since menopause? Every comment gets read, and your answer might become the next video.